This is how I build single-family homes and make net over $250,000 profit. Pay attention to the business model. If you follow, you learn and understand that you can't get money from broke people. You have to get money from people who have money. Where do you find money? Money doesn't grow on trees. It grows in the pockets of those that have it. So you have to understand that you have to go after where money grows, and that's in the pockets of the upper middle class. It constitutes for 24% of all home buyers. Now, that's the upper middle, okay? These are not wealthy people. These are people that do better financially. They're the doctors. They are the attorneys. They are the self-employed person that owns the restaurant that thrives down the road. They are the scientists that work for NASA. These are the people that are the engineers. These are the professionals that are the more affluent, that make $400, $500, $700, even $1 million a year. They're not wealthy, but they do well, okay? Now, these people constitute for stability in the United States. They're buying homes between $800,000 and $2.5 million, okay? Now, so when we go in, I want to stay conservative, but I want to stay profitable. So when I go in, ladies and gentlemen, I typically stay really close, hovering between that $900,000 and that $1.5 million mark. Let's call it an even $1 million home per year. And I'll give you an example, a simple example of what I'm doing right now today in May of 2026. The comps support about a $1.1 million resale value, but I don't want to function on being over optimistic, so let's be conservative. The house is under construction. It's a $1 million build, okay? So if we have a $1 million resale price on the house, okay? Now, that's our resale price. Let's say that we go in, we back into this. I always tell everybody, do not pay more than 15 to 20% of the value of the house in the cost of the land. Now, even if we paid high, that would put us at $200,000. Now, I went super conservative and I said, I'm not gonna pay more than $175,000 for my land. So I landed up going out, shopping the land. All the lots were listed for $200,000, which is 20% of the land value. Now, when I shopped the lots, I found that I could negotiate with people down to $185,000, $175,000. $170,000 was a hard press, but we found the right seller at the right time looking for the land. We bought it for $170,000. So we have the land at $170,000, okay? Now, these homes, because we're hitting that $1 million mark, we were typically building them at $165 a square foot. Now, I do self-perform. You don't have to self-perform, but I self-perform. We can build these houses out at about $155 a square foot. But let's say that we give this buyer a little bit more bang for their buck, and let's go to the $160 per square mile marker, okay? In fact, let's go in and let's even go as far as saying it's gonna cost us more and go to the $165 a square foot mile marker. Now, we know we've been building at $155 a square foot, and you can do this nationwide between most variables, with the exception of a few states across the United States, like California, some of the areas in Washington State, some of the areas in South Beach, Miami, New York City, and a few other very affluent areas. Now, what I always tell people, don't be afraid. If your land is more expensive than this, if your cost to build is slightly more than this, where there's more expensive land, more expensive cost to build, the resale price is also larger, meaning that your profitability is also going to be larger. So I don't feel sorry for them. Well, my land is expensive out here. Great. If you have expensive land, you're going to have expensive resale values. If you have expensive resale values, you have larger profitability. I don't feel sorry for you. Go to work. Go down and take it down. Let's go. Now, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. When we go in, we have $170,000. Now, if we take the square footage of the house that I'm doing right now is 2,580 square feet, okay? Now, so now we're gonna take this 2,580 times 165. Okay, so 2,580, now we take 165. So we take 2,580 times 165 a square foot. Our cost to build is $425,700. Let's just round up to $426. So now, we have $426,000. This is our build cost, okay? If you want to learn the exact strategy of how to buy the right piece of land in the right area to build a house, if you want to learn the exact strategy that I've been utilizing for almost 3 decades, then text me the word land at 505-560-0520. Let's go ground up, let's buy land, let's build houses, and let's start right now. Now, there's 2 variables on build cost. There's the cost of materials and the cost of labor. So if you're sitting back in here, you're like, I can't build for this $165 a square foot. Materials are not the variable, because if you go on to Amazon.com, you go to HomeDepot.com, Lowe's.com, the same bathtub I'm buying in my city or in any of the 11 cities I'm building in is the same exact tub you're building in whatever expensive city you're building in. The cost of a 2x4 on homedepot.com, the cost of a 2x6, the cost of a sheet of lumber is within a 1% variable margin between Home Depot to Home Depot nationwide. So the cost of materials is not the variable. The variable is the cost of labor. So I always tell people, if your cost of labor is super expensive, source your labor just outside of it. For example, when I was building in Kings County, which is one of the most expensive counties nationwide to live in, build in, and execute in because it's the tech hub capital of the world, with Microsoft, Google, and all the big tech companies are right there in the Seattle market. If I would have utilized my labor from right in Seattle, my cost to build would have went up exponentially. But knowing that Olympia, Redmond, and Tacoma are within 30, 45 minutes and an hour away, if I source my labor just outside of Seattle, the cost of living in these demographical areas are similar to what they are nationwide. So I pull in my labor 30, 45 minutes to an hour away, and boom, my cost of labor drops back down, cost of building, bam, drops back down. And now I'm still building a home at a very affluent price. Now, same thing in California and everywhere else that you go where there's affluent areas. You go just outside of those, like New York City, within an hour away, lower cost of living. Okay? That's where you source your labor. Now, we go in, we have our land 170, build cost 426. Now, we're going to have our closing cost of 6%. Okay? That 6% is $60,000. Now, we're going to have our debt service. I don't have debt service on my properties, and I don't even have 6%. On my properties, I only pay about 4% because I don't pay the selling broker, because I am the selling broker, so I cut out the middlemen. I also cut out the debt service because I build them cash. And because I'm revolving my capital so fast, people be like, well, that's stupid, Jerome. Why wouldn't you just use someone else's money? Let me show you why I don't use somebody else's money. Because the debt service for you is only going to be about $30,000. Not a lot of money, okay? Not a lot of money. Because you're going to go in, you're only getting this finance, you're getting the land finance. These are the two of what you're going to need. So you're going to need just right around that $600,000 mark. Now, when we go in, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go in and this debt service and everything all together, we have 170 plus 426 plus 60 plus 30 equals 686. Now, we subtract that from 1 million, that's $314,000. That's about my net out on this property right there. Now, you're going to go in, even if you screw things up, even if you have to hire a general contractor, and let's say that general contractor costs you $50,000. Let's say it cost you $60,000. You're going to now make $254,000 net profit after you pay your GC and you build that house. Ladies and gentlemen, you're in the top 0.1% of all money earners since the history of Adam and Eve, working a part-time job, buying land, building houses, going to work, and you're going to skip at a different beat, even if you hate your job. And the reason why is because on the back end, you're buying land and you're building houses part-time. It doesn't matter if you're working a full-time job. It doesn't matter what you're doing full-time. If you're working as a nurse, if you're working as a police officer, if you're working as an electrician or a tradesman, or whatever the hell you're doing right now, ladies and gentlemen, you don't go in and sit down and eat popcorn watching your framers frame a house and watch them in a lawn chair. You go in, you check on them 1 hour a day. You go in, you make some calls for maybe another hour a day, just scheduling stuff, buying material, and setting yourself up for success. If you did this 5 days a week, that's 10 hours a week. This build is a 6-month build. It's going to take us 5 months, but if it's a 6-month build and full cycle, it takes you 9 to 10 months. And let's just say it takes you a full year. How is an extra $254,000 net income in just 12 months? Ladies and gentlemen, this is how I go out and I generate over $250,000 net profit on one build every single time. This is the reality. And I actually have this cut out and I actually have almost half of that cut out. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we go out and we make $350,000. It's because we're buying land, we're building houses, we're doing it part-time. You can too. Go in and take advantage of building, because it's the #1 business that has continued to stabilize our income, our profitability, and our entire business over the course of 3 decades. It's your turn. Ladies and gentlemen, DM me the word build and let's get you building. If you want to learn how to buy land, build houses, and better position you, your family, and your future for profitability that'll stabilize and give you freedom and flexibility. Ladies and gentlemen, click and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me some love and pound that thumbs up button. And until next time, go out and compound your success.